Hello, I'm going to do a very quick demo of DocJacket just so you get a quick overview of what it's all about. And all right, so this is the main dashboard. So from here, you can see you got closing soon, you got your task for all your transactions show up here as in importance and time when they're due. You have today's briefing. This you can also have this send an email to you every day about tasks that are coming up and deadlines that are coming up. And then you got this month overview and quick actions. If you want to create a transaction, you have a button here. You can just go here and start creating a transaction. So this is the create transaction page. So here is the cool AI feature where you can upload a contract or documents that are emailed to you or from another system, and it will extract all the data from it and create a transaction file. Now you can create a new transaction, you can create a new listing. So if you get a listing agreement, then you can upload that here and you'll create a new listing that would show up over here in listings. For transactions, you would see it in the transactions tab. Now, if you want to add to an existing transaction, say you get an addendum or some kind of counter or something like that, you can click here and then upload that. And then what you can do is you can select one of your existing transactions and add that to that. In the transaction side, and we have smart split. So if you get a PDF packet, you can split it by document and add that to the transaction in different file naming. Or if you don't want to do that and you want to create it manually, you click here and you can create it manually. But most people prefer to use the data extraction. Okay, so now let's go to transactions. So this is transactions page. You can see this is like a data grid here, and you can sort these and you can customize these columns. You can reorder them. You can turn some on, turn some off, depending on what you want. Once you click on one of the transactions, you go into the transaction. This is the transaction timeline. So these are all the due dates or milestones, like termite inspections, different, you will have templates for this, but you could use this. You can customize these to however you want to do this. And let me see here. Let me show you. So here's a checklist. So different checklists have different milestones. So Florida, Nevada, Colorado, depending on what your state, you'll have different things that happen and that you need to track and make sure happens. So that's what that's for. So each milestone will have task associated with it. So you can add task here. You click on it here. You can add your task. Well, you need a task here. So you see we have mock task here, but I can add a checklist. These are just like all test data. So here, let me just apply this one. So you can create these task templates, and then you can use these here to say you want to add a task. These are one of the tasks. I'm going to say I need to do this on the closing date. I need to send an email out. I need to do whatever. I want to send a reminder. I can send reminders 3 days before or one day before, and I can select the person I want to send it to, and I'll send them a reminder. There's a lot more things that you can do with this. This is a very helpful thing for tracking all your deadlines, basically. Okay, and then here you have a link to your portal. Every transaction gets its own portal that you can use. You can share documents, or other people can share documents with you. You can post things here if you want everybody to know about it, other than sending an email or a text. But this is just one other way. If you have them on the portal, that they can check the portal. Same thing with tasks. You can share and hide tasks on this. And it shows contacts if you want to show all the contacts here. And then you can see here you can share service providers like home inspectors, title companies, termite inspectors, things like that. Anyone in transaction, if they want to subscribe to the calendar, they can click here to subscribe to it, and basically it will share these due dates and deadlines and milestones with them and add it to their calendar. So that's the portal. And documents. So what we have here is you can have a list of required documents. Like say you have a document that you need but you don't have it, you can add it here. And then receive documents. This is the document that I uploaded to do the data extraction, and you can track the status of this. You can say I reviewed it, I approved it, rejected, things like that. You can set the type, say there's different types. CDA, contract, counter, disclosure, HOA, depending on what it is. We have an AI check, and AI can scan it and tell you if there's issues with it. This is the contacts in the transaction. So this is like listing all the contacts associated with this transaction here. You got messages. You can send emails. So say you want to send an email, and we have templates, email templates you can use, and then this will pull the data from the transaction, the contacts that you have for this transaction, and it will autofill these templates for you, and you can send and receive from here. That's the portal. This is customizing the portal. You can add your own logo to the portal and update the colors for the portal. We have forms. We have a form builder. So say you want to send a form to the agent or to clients to basically collect information, like maybe you're missing a phone number or emails or anything. And you can customize these forms and build these custom forms and share them here. And then when they respond, the responses show here. It shows you submissions of the forms here. This shows all the history of what's happened on the transaction. It's tracking everything. And then we also have reports. So if you want to generate a report for this transaction, you can generate a report that is branded with your branding on it, and you can send it to agents as an update, like maybe on a Friday or whatever day you want, and it'll show them a very professional report about what is going on with the transaction, what documents are missing, tasks that are pending, things like that. So that's the main part of the transactions. Now let's go back over here to, this is the task. So this is an overview of all the tasks on all transactions. We have a pipeline here if you want to have a visual of the pipeline of all your transactions that's going on, and you can move them through here just so you have a visual. And then these are the templates. We have email templates, we have email signatures, we have the online forms, which is the form builder. We have checklists. So we have all the different checklists for different situations, depending on your state and what type of transaction it is. And you can build those custom. We also have required document lists. So depending on the transaction type, what type of required documents you have. Smart fields are basically the fields that autofill inside the email templates. And then we got the SITREP template. A SITREP is basically a report that you can send out to realtors or agents or brokers or whoever you want to give an update on the transaction status. And you can have these reports can be sent out automatically, weekly, daily, or however you want to do it. We have an inbox. This is basically for sending, basically if someone sends you an email to this, if you forward it to this email address, so you can go to your inbox and have emails forwarded to this, and they will land here. Just to have as a convenience thing to have them here. And you also got SMS here. If you can get your own phone, a business phone number from DocJacket, you can send and receive text messages from here. Contacts, here you can see here, this is your contact, but kind of like a CRM, but not quite. You can organize all your contacts. You can organize them into groups. This is for sending emails and coordinating the transaction. You can import by CSV. You can upload a CSV file. If you have another system, you can export it and then upload it here, and then you can add those contacts to DocJacket. We also have a calendar that you can connect to your Google Calendar, and you can sync all the milestones there if you like. And we also have a way to track listings. So if you want to do listings also for agents, or if you are an agent and you want to track your listings here, you can do that. And then you have a checklist for a listing, the property information, marketing, photos, open houses, things like that. Offices, if you manage many offices or if you work at many offices, we can add different offices here. And then reports. These reports are for the overall, for everything in the DocJacket for your organization. So say you have a bunch of agents and you want to know, okay, which ones have a lot of transactions that start but don't close. You can look here and get trends for that. And then we have our settings. So for settings here, the big thing most people want to go over is the integrations, right? So you can connect your Gmail, your calendar, and your Google Drive, and you can send emails from your Gmail and sync with your calendar and add documents from DocJacket to Google Drive so that you can have a backup, right, for that. We also support Outlook. Um, that's the basics, right? Here's some more for like customization. You can make different roles. You can add your own transaction roles. These are come with DocJacket. You can customize the statuses of transactions. You can add your own here. So it is customizable, and we're adding new customizations as we go. You can do custom fields for your email templates and things like that, and even extraction fields. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of what DocJacket is and how it works. If you ever have any questions and about support and how you get support when using this, over here we have this dot here and we have live support. So if you have a question, if you're inside DocJacket, just send a question here. We also have video courses. So here we just started making this, right? So how to create a listing in DocJacket. You can play these inside and go through these courses. We're having more coming up. Just getting started on this one. Um, all right. Well, I think that's good for now. I want to keep this as short as possible. I know I talked very fast, but I just want to condense everything into a short video. Hopefully this is helpful, and thank you for checking out DocJacket.